Well, good evening everyone. I was going to start by saying my usual good morning, but as you can probably tell by the lighting, it's definitely not the morning, and what you can probably tell by the setting, I'm definitely not in my usual place, starting the vlog in my office. I am in Portofino. Welcome to the Portofino vlogs. I'm so excited to be here. We are here for a family wedding, which we're really excited about. So we're here for 5 nights. We arrived today about midday. We've had a bit of a wander, a bit of an explore, came back quickly, freshened up, and we're ready to head out for dinner and drinks tonight. But it is already dark. It's already pitch black. I thought I would show you outside the view that we've got because our villa is absolutely amazing. Can I open this? Look at that view. How amazing is that? You can just see all the boats, all the lights. It's all starting to light up. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll give you a proper view in the morning. But one of my favorite facts that we have found out is that this villa down here is actually Dolce & Gabbana's villa. So I'm gonna go down, introduce myself and say hi. So we are basically staying in a really authentic, rustic Italian tower. It honestly is insane. It's like just jutting out on the side of the hill, and it's surrounded by so many like huge, really like world famous celebrity homes, which is absolutely insane. We've got Dolce & Gabbana's home there. Apparently Elton John comes here a lot for holiday with his partner. It's just absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to show you guys around more. I'll of course give you a bit more of a tour of the tower because honestly I feel like I'm in like a setting of Mamma Mia. It's absolutely insane, and I'll leave the link to like the booking if you want to have a look at it down below, because if you've got a group of people, if you've got like a family or anything like that, I think it would be really fun to come here because it really does feel like authentic Italian. I'm absolutely loving it already, so I'll give you a proper tour tomorrow when it is daylight. We're absolutely loving it. We're gonna head out for drinks tonight. We've quickly freshened up, and I've just chucked on one of my favorite dresses. This is like a little Cupshe number. I have shown you guys this before and loads of you have shopped it because you can actually shop this on Amazon, get it on Prime, next day delivery, and it's like the perfect holiday dress because it's really easy, it's really lightweight, it's all black so it looks so chic, but it feels really comfy, and she's got these little tassels on the sleeve, which I always think is so cute. So I've just chucked that on with a bit of Pandora jewellery just to kind of like zhuzh up the look a little bit. Of course I'm wearing my pearls because I would not be anywhere without my pearls, but I'm so excited to be here and basically eat my body weight in Italian food whilst I'm here. I could not tell you the last time I was here in Italia. I think it must have been maybe 8 to 10 years ago. Been that long. I've been doing so many Spanish holidays recently, loving the tapas, loving the sangria, but I'm so excited to be here in Italy. We're going to be doing all the cocktails, maybe have a bit of Aperol spritz and all of the pasta and the pizza. And one thing I will say about Italy that I found in the past, we'll have to see what Portofino is like, but with regards to gluten intolerances and gluten-free options, they're usually really good because obviously all of their menu is gluten, so they usually are really good at offering an alternative. So we'll have to see what the restaurants are like here. I will keep you updated, but I'm so excited for dinner tonight and to start living the Italian dream. I love it so much. So here for 5 days for the wedding, and of course I will take you guys along with me whilst I'm here in Portofino, but I'm starving, we're all ready to go, so I'm gonna head out for dinner. Quite busy this morning, a little bit noisy, but good morning everyone. Welcome to day 1 here in Portofino. Yesterday was travel day, day 0. We are up bright and early this morning. We've headed straight out to grab a coffee, traditional Italian coffee. Absolutely love it. Had a little cappuccino this morning, which is so nice. It is hot already. It's only about 9 o'clock in the morning and already it's so warm. I don't know, I wasn't quite expecting it to be this warm in like mid-September, but it's still so hot here. But I've got one of my favorite outfits on. I've got my little limoncello dress, and of course I've just got my little Loewe basket bag. So yes, we've just been enjoying the views, enjoying a little coffee this morning and having a bit of a wander around, which has just been so magical. Well, good morning again, everyone, from our beautiful veranda here in Portofino. I wanted to show you the view properly because it is absolutely stunning. We've got this really cute little, you know, kind of like veranda-esque on the side of the tower, and this is the view that I was trying to show you yesterday. I mean, is it not just absolutely spectacular? So we've got this, it's called a castello up here, which I believe you can pay €5 to go and take a little viewpoint over there, which we might do at some point whilst we're here. But it's just absolutely stunning. You can just see all the little like villas and everything like that, you know, poking out of the mountains, which is just absolutely amazing. And you can see all the way down to the sea, and of course Dolce & Gabbana's house over there, which is absolutely insane. So it's just the cutest little veranda. We've got like, you know, like plants growing up it. We've got a little parasol so we can sit out here and have drinks in the evening and everything like that. And it's just been so wonderful. It's really lovely to be able to go and get a coffee this morning, have a bit of a wander around the square, which is just absolutely beautiful. It's really quiet in the mornings and in the evenings because I think most people just come to Portofino for the day because there's not a huge amount of like accommodation here, so most people will just come for like a day visit. So first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening it's absolutely dead. Like it's so nice and quiet, and it gets really busy during the day. But yeah, I just wanted to show you the view in the daylight because it is just absolutely magical. Like look at that, I just can't believe that's real. And then just to show you the view from our room, we are like right down at the bottom of the tower, so it looks completely different, but this is the view from our room as well, and it's just absolutely incredible. It's like a proper old-fashioned, you know, Portofino tower windows. It's absolutely insane. We've already completely exploded over in our room. We've got like a little ensuite, cute little really rustic room. It's tiny, it's so rustic, but it feels so authentic, which is what I'm kind of loving about it. So yeah, it's been so much fun. We're just chilling this morning, and then I think we're gonna head out later for lunch this afternoon. We might go down to the cove, which I'm really excited about. Like basically we've got a private little beach at the bottom of where the tower kind of like leads to, so we might head down to the beach later. It's going to be one of those days where we just play it by ear, because today is like the only day we've got to chill before the wedding tomorrow. So it's just really nice to be able to explore, have a wander around Portofino and take in the sights. So we are heading out this morning. We are literally walking down the steepest steps I think I've ever walked down. Look at that behind me. Literally insane. I don't know how we're going to walk back up, but we're walking down to the beach that's at the bottom of our villa. It's like a little private beach, so you can only access it if you're staying in like the villas around here. There's like a little cove, so I've just popped on my little Hands of G swimming costume underneath my dress so that we can have a little dip in the sea if we want to. But we thought we would just have a little wander down and explore this one. Look at him go. Honestly, these are the steepest, most narrow steps I think I've ever walked down. Well, it was a hell of a walk down, but I think it's safe to say that it was definitely worth it for this little private beach, private cove. Look at that view. It's absolutely insane. And there's Dolce & Gabbana's villa, my best pals.
Oh, there they are. Hey,
can you imagine?
I'll see you again.
You can literally,
later, yeah?
their villa comes all the way down to the beach, which is so cool. But what an amazing view of Portofino. You can just see all the boats over there in the harbour, the villas. It's absolutely amazing. There's our tower. Heading back up now. We're halfway there, but what an amazing view, isn't it beautiful? So, made it to the top. Oh my goodness, that was a tough climb, but we've just come to the Castello, is it Castello Brown? It's called Brown Castle, which you can just pay €5 to enter, and it's got the most amazing viewpoint, which we're just going to go round to. This is currently the view at the moment. Seems to be a big black cloud coming over the mountain, but you can see, excuse me babe, you can see our villa just over here. That's our castle just there. So it's like literally right next door, but it's absolutely amazing. We've got so many wildflowers, like the foliage is absolutely insane. The gardeners are doing a very, very good job. So we're just gonna have a little wander around, enjoy the view, have a little breather, maybe grab a drink.
One roll a year. So it's...
That's where we are getting married. The Belmont.
Right there.
Right there.
Beautiful.
Right there.
Morning everyone. I realised I left you rather abruptly yesterday after we were having lunch. We came down to the square and had some lunch, and yesterday was a really lovely day. We ended up later in the afternoon meeting a lot more of the guests that are going to be coming today, and just mingling, drinking, socialising. It was really lovely. We basically spent all day in the square. I'm so impressed with myself that I didn't burn, because I was literally in the sun from about 1 o'clock until it set that night. So I was spraying my Garnier. I've got it here actually. I've spoken about this quite a few times, but this is just the best thing in the world. It's the Garnier Over Makeup SPF, and I'm almost out of it. I was full yesterday, but so many of the girls asked to borrow it after they saw that I could just like literally spray it over my makeup. So yes, we spent all day in the sun yesterday, eating, drinking, and having a lovely time. But we are up this morning bright and early, and we've come down to have a coffee at Jeppy, I believe this place is called. It's like a really cute little like ice cream parlour cafe in the morning. So we're having coffees. This one's got himself a croissant.
It's got honey in it as well.
Got honey?
Aye.
Oh, nice. So yeah, we're just having some breakfast this morning before we head back up to the villa to start showering, getting dressed, and getting ready for the big day today. How excited are you to wear your tux? Just as you take a bite. I'm so sorry.
Very.
I can't wait to see you in your tux. You look
I'm a
so
little
gorgeous.
tender still this morning though.
Yeah, you are a little bit tender. But yeah, I'm so excited to get dressed up, go from this, because I literally have zero makeup on right now. Not a dot. All I've got is some SPF on my face. To go from this to full glam Ellie, hair, makeup, got the nails done, all of that jazz. I'm so excited. Is that nice?
It's got honey in it.
You said that already, but is it nice? Oh, is it genuinely like a slice
Like
of
a
honey?
dollop of honey, yeah.
Oh, okay, wow. That isn't good.
Like a kind of donut style, yeah.
I'm a little bit
It's really
jealous.
nice.
So yeah, so we're just enjoying being out in the sunshine this morning before we've got to go back and get ready. Do you know what? I'm looking really pale on camera, but I literally fake tanned last night. I think it's the camera. The lighting is not doing me any favours, but I am freshly tanned. I put on a layer of the Revolution tan last night to give me just like a little bit of a natural bronze, because obviously I've got my shoulders out. You'll be able to see which dress I decided on. Thank you so much for all of your help. Someone coming past the trolley, I'm very sorry. But thank you so much for all of your help on that video, because I was so undecided about what to wear, and I think a lot of us were in agreement. There were a few different opinions, but a lot of us were in agreement, and I definitely think it's the dress that I just feel the most confident in. I feel like it matches the surroundings the best, and I'm really excited to wear it. So thank you very much for all of your help. I can't wait to wear that tonight, and I can't wait to get all dressed up and looking pretty. It's getting really loud now. So if there's one thing this boy loves, it's a market. Found the fruit market. It was closed yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got fresh peaches, grapes. Oh, I love this. It feels so authentic. Look, oh my goodness, all the oils and everything. Wow. I may have just bought myself a little treat. If there's one thing you know about me, you will know that I love to buy baubles, as in like Christmas baubles, whenever I go away somewhere. And it's a beautiful hand-painted Portofino bauble, so I will show you it later. There was loads to choose from. I was really struggling, but got myself a little treat. Alex has got himself some fruit. This is the view I'm currently looking at. Oh, it just feels magical. expect this to end up being a shopping morning. We literally just came out to have a coffee, but I made a purchase. There was this really beautiful hat lady that we saw on the first day that we arrived, and she wasn't here yesterday, and I'm not entirely sure what days she does or when she would be back, so she was just setting up her stall, bless her, and I ran over and I was like, please can I try this one on? And it is, you saw me trying it on, the most stunning little fedora, very lack of colour-esque, so beautiful, all handmade and adjustable as well, so it's going to fit my head. So I'm very, very happy to have made this purchase. So ended up being a very successful shopping morning, but we're just heading back to the villa now. I thought I would show you our route to get back, because there's two different ways to get back up to the tower. One is to walk up the hill, which down the hill takes 5-10 minutes max. Up the hill, sorry, it's gone very dark there. Up the hill, oh my goodness, it's a good 25 minutes. You're so out of breath by the end of it, and it is a tough climb back up. So there's an alternative, but it's the kind of place where you would not want to go alone, and it kind of feels like you're in a Disney theme park. It doesn't feel real as you're going through. We basically have a cave carved out, like a tunnel carved out through the mountain, and a lift back up. I'll show you it because you won't really believe that this is real.
But first time.
Oh, first time's a charm.
First time with you.
In we go into, oh, there's some supplies down here. I don't know if the camera's even going to be able to pick up. This is what we have to walk through. I literally feel like I'm in a Disney theme park heading to the Pirates of the Caribbean. It's so cold down here, and it's really like damp and wet.
Which one is it? There's actually like stalagmites
Stalactites go down, stalagmites go up?
Stalagmites go up.
Stalactites go down.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is our walk to the lift. Buongiorno.
Yeah, you can see some water.
You literally can. I would not want to go down here by myself though. Especially at night.
Well, this is the kind of scene you'd see in a park. And then you'd just be screaming at the telly because...
You'd be going, don't go in there, don't go in there.
You just know the idiot is like, oh, I wonder what this mysterious dark cave.
Literally. It does though, it honestly feels like the set of Disney, especially with how dark it is. Like, you know in the Disney theme parks when they have the steam, the like cold steam shooting out at you to try and give this effect? Yeah. And this is real.
It's really nice and cool though.
So cold. And
then he was praying to the deity at the end there.
The weirdest little guy. Look at him. There he is. So here's the lift to get back up to the top.
Here's this one.
And here we have another scary long cave to walk down. There is a light in here, but...
Have you told them who's been down here?
I haven't actually. Well, apparently, because of Dolce & Gabbana's house...
It's over the other side, and the celebs don't want to obviously walk up the hill.
So apparently all the big celebs have been through this. Kim K, Elton John, loads of huge ones. But we come back out here. And out we come. And we are back to our tower, just here, behind this tree. So yeah, a serious climb up, but definitely worth not having to do the insane trek up the hill. And here we are back home. I don't think I really showed you this properly, but this is just like the little seating area downstairs, and we've got the kitchen through here. Just very quaint, very cute, and the view outside is just absolutely spectacular. You can see the Costello there, which is where we went up to yesterday for drinks. And you can see the port down there. Absolutely amazing. And then this is the other kind of chill area right at the top of the tower. I'm so out of breath. But look at these views, they're just absolutely amazing. Dolce & Gabbana's house right there. But it's just so incredible, feels so authentic, so rustic. And this is just my favourite. These two windows here, it's just absolutely incredible. So it's officially time to start getting ready. I have just had a quick little shower. I realised actually I completely forgot a robe this holiday, so I'm just wearing a little white shirt at the moment before I start getting ready. But I've just done my skincare. I'm just going to quickly spritz this. This is the Emlamis Superfood Kefir Tea Mist. Oh my goodness, I love this so much. It just gives your skin a little like hydrate, wakes it up and makes it feel so much more ready. I'm still looking a little bit pale on camera, but in real life I feel like I look a little bit more tanned, so not entirely sure why I'm looking so pale, but it's time to start getting my makeup on, getting myself all glammed up and ready for the wedding. I am going to be doing a little bit of a fairly glam look, at least glam for me. So gonna start with the Emma Hardy. You can see how much I love this with how like used the product is. It's the Protect and Prime SPF 30. Of course I'm going to be wearing SPF throughout the day. I'm also going to put on like, you know, body sun cream as well, just because we are going to be in the sun all day. So the plan is from about 2 o'clock we're going down for the ceremony, which is like outdoors, like a really cute little outdoor location in Santa Margarita, which is kind of like the like village town, whatever you call it, just next door to Portofino, which is where I think most of the guests are staying. So that's where the ceremony is going to happen. And then basically we've got the ceremony in Santa Margarita, then we're getting a boat back here to Portofino. We've got drinks in the square, which is going to be really, really nice because the square is just so beautiful. Drinks, canapes, chatting, photos, all of that jazz. And then we're heading to the Belmond this evening. And the Belmond is the basically really fancy hotel here. Apparently it's like always been voted as one of the best hotels in the world, so that's where we're heading tonight. So in terms of skin makeup, one thing I'm going to do actually is an extra layer of primer. This is the Nars. It's actually a eyeshadow base, but I really like this as a bit of a primer. So just places where I've had some breakouts where I kind of just want to make sure that my concealer is going to stay, I just kind of dab it there, and I do find that it just gives a little extra layer of that like primed base and just helps my kind of like makeup to stay. So I do find like around here, obviously I don't want under my eyes to smudge, so I just give a little bit. It's just a great way of just giving an extra kind of prime, and I find that it makes sure that nothing moves all day. And I'm just also going to use a little bit on my lids because I am going to be wearing eyeshadow today, so I don't want that to smudge. I've just realised I haven't got my contacts in actually. I'm going to have to put my contacts in. Right, contacts are in. I can get on with the rest of my makeup. So I think I'm going to conceal first because I do have quite a few breakouts again on my chin. I do find that just every time I go away I seem to get a lot of breakouts, so I'm using the Laura Mercier concealer, which is a really nice one, just to give a small layer. And actually I found recently that doing concealer before foundation is just a little bit more natural for me, and it just kind of helps it to be a bit less like, oh, you've concealed your face, and more just kind of correcting. I'm never the kind of person that, you know, I never want like the thickest layer of foundation in terms of coverage. I never go for like the most full coverage in the world, but it's just nice to add a little bit of extra layers of coverage just to kind of perfect a little bit more, and that's all I'm really going to do in terms of concealing my spots, because they're not too bad in the grand scheme of things, and I just want to make sure that I've got a nice lightweight base, because obviously we are going to be outside. It is going to be like a long day, you know. Obviously I want to make sure that I don't feel like too tight, because you know when you're in the sun and you've got heavy makeup on, it's not a vibe. So in terms of base, I'm doing a mixture of the two. Basically this one is for coverage and this one is for like lightness and colour. So this is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade Yukon, and it's a little bit light for me actually for summer as well, so this is a great way to darken it. This is shade number 3 Warm, the Pixie skin tint, which you guys know I absolutely love. When it just comes to everyday, like every other day, I've just been wearing this, but for a bit of more full coverage, this is such a great foundation for photos. I find this foundation often looks better in photos and better on camera than it does in real life. Sometimes in real life I'm like, yeah, it's nice, like it looks fine, and then I look at photos and I'm like, God, my skin looks flawless. So these are a really, really great mixture. So I just kind of do 1 pump of each and blend them together, and I just find that it gives the best amount of coverage while still being really lightweight, while still being really comfortable on my skin, and giving me a bit more of like a photo finish ready. So I just kind of blend that in dot it about, and then blend it into my skin. And now my skin is officially the same colour as the rest of my body. I always find with fake tan, no matter what I use, it just doesn't stick to my face. And I think it's mainly because of all the products that I use with regards to my skincare. It just never seems to stick. So I'm just going to go back in with the Nars. This is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Long Wear Concealer. The same one that I used for coverage, I use under my eyes because it's just a really nice like multi-functional concealer. So I'm just applying a little bit. I don't want too much because obviously one thing you really need to focus on when it comes to like wedding makeup is photos, and I do find, especially, you know, by the evening, by the time you're using flash, you don't want to have really heavy concealer on under your eyes because then it will just come up really white compared to the rest of your face. You just want a really, really light layer. Also, you don't want it to be creasing. You know you're going to be sweating, so yeah, just a nice light layer. And then I'll also just dab the kind of excess back on to my chin where I just wanted that extra layer of coverage. And that is skin pretty much done. That's all I'm really going to be using in terms of like foundation and concealer. So pretty simple, pretty easy. I'm then going to go in with, I have been really loving the Hourglass palette. This is quite an old one actually, but I rediscovered it and I've fallen back in love with it, and I'm really, really loving a mixture of these two for my bronzer. I find it's like a really natural one, and it's a bit better for kind of long lasting. As much as I love the Pixie bronzing stick, I do find that throughout the day it doesn't quite last as long. I've got a really itchy nose, so I just do a little bit here. And one thing I will always say is blend it up to your hairline because it makes it a little bit more natural if you blend it over to your ear, and then it stops it from being like an orange line. But I feel like the definition that it gives my face, oh, don't know what I would do without a little bit of bronzing and contouring. And then one thing that I've actually seen recently advised, and it's about if you want to kind of sharpen it up a little bit, if you go back in with your foundation brush and just kind of clean up underneath, just go like buff it out a little bit, and it just gives it a bit more of a clean line. It means it doesn't kind of like fall down too much onto like the lower part of your face. But feeling very bronzed, very glowy now. So brows, I'm not going to be doing anything different to what I normally do. I'm just going to use the Dior brow pencil and the Refi brow gel, and literally, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so low maintenance with my brows. I'm quite lucky. I do have like fairly good brows in terms of they don't need too much shaping. They don't really need too much doing to them other than plucking the monobrow every once in a while. But I'll just fill in the gaps. I'm going to concentrate because if I do this quickly, my brows go so thick and heavy, so I really need to like be delicate and take my time with this. The difference that brows give you, honestly, just blows my mind. I wish sometimes I do think about microblading because it would just make my life so much easier if I didn't have to do my brows in the morning. But not really sure if it's something for me or if my skin would be able to cope with it because I've got funny skin. And then I'm just going to brush that out with the Refi brow gel. I go for the clear one, which is a little bit white, so again, you need to be really light-handed, otherwise you can get, do you see that kind of white excess? But we'll brush that out in a minute. But I do want to make sure that my brows don't move all day and that they do stay in place and do as they're told. So then on the end of it, which this is something that I owned this product for about 6 months and never knew that. I don't know if you guys remember I think it was the Paris vlog, and it was Charlotte that showed me. She was like, oh, isn't the brush really good, like on the other side? And I was like, what brush on the other side? But this, and I basically just go back in with that and just brush through the excess product, and it just gets rid of the white and makes sure that your brows are really beautifully defined and really beautifully brushed through. Now, I know I do this in a really weird order, but now I'm going to go in with blush. And the reason why I decided to do my brows before I do my blush is because I feel like it helps me with the definition of where I want the blush to be. I would do my brows before my bronzer if it didn't ruin my brows, because obviously you're buffing the brush around like the top of your head. I have like tried it a few times, and I always find that it ends up kind of like moving my brows. Whereas the bronzer is a little bit, not bronzer, the blush is a little bit kind of like more precise. So this is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizing Blush. I really like this one. And I don't really use a big amount, like literally the tiniest little dot on my ring finger, and I do 3 dots like that, and I'll do the same on the other side. And I really try not to keep it. If you're like me and you've got very round cheeks, I would definitely recommend this method, because I was not a fan of blush for such a long time because I just found that it was very, rounding on my face. I already have a round face and I didn't want to round it even more. So I now use this method. I realised I've forgotten my blush brush, so I'm just going to use this as a little Bobbi Brown sheer powder brush to blend it in. But if you stick to just the tops, almost basically where you would put highlighter, I find it really helps to kind of pull your face up and stop it from being too rounded, because I did find that if I stuck to blush here, my face ended up being really round and it was very unflattering. And I already have quite rosy cheeks anyway, so I don't really need too much colour. It's more just about that like definition and making sure that your face is very like 3D, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you apply makeup, it can make it look a little bit two-dimensional, so it's just a really nice way to help pull your face up, and there's someone outside the window, to pull your face up and just give it a bit more of definition. So I really like doing that. Okay, highlight. As I said, you don't want to go too in thick. You don't want to go with anything that's going to not come up nicely on photos, especially with flash photography. You don't want to have just a strip of highlight. So I'm going to go back in with the Hourglass palette, and I'm just going to use this white one here, which is a really nice highlighter shade, and I'm just almost like, not exactly where I applied the blush, but just a tiny bit higher. Just apply the tiniest little bit. And again, it just helps with that kind of, you know, like definition of your skin without it being too much. So yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing. Very simple, but I'm going to use this palette again because I'm going to go in with eyes now. And I always like to use my bronzer as my eyeshadow base. I find it's a really great way of just kind of like pulling in the entirety of the skin. And if you like that clean girl aesthetic, that's all I will do. I'm the kind of person that I get very affected by eyeshadow. I can't wear it often, so I will only wear it today, and then I won't wear it for like the rest of the holiday, because otherwise my eyes get quite like reactive to it, and they get really dry and sore and irritated. But obviously I want to look nice today, so I'm going to be wearing it today. But this is so good at just applying like a little bit of a base. It's a lot lighter than eyeshadow, so I find it's much more comfortable on your eyes if you're sensitive like me, and it just really helps to kind of like pull all of the face together and make sure that the kind of entire colour palette is one. So just blending that into the crease. And now for the fun stuff. We're going to go in with the Nars. This is the Euphoria palette, which I absolutely adore. This is so battered and bruised. I need to get a new one like this. It's completely coming off now, but you guys will know, and you can tell which product I use the most is this brown one. I always use this for my eyeshadow, which I really love. But I'm going to go in with some of the other colours, I think, for my eyes. I'm thinking this, you can tell that this one's quite well loved. This pinky colour, it's actually supposed to be a highlight, but I really love using highlights as eyeshadow because I find it's a little bit more subtle, it's quite flattering. So I think I'm going to go in with that because I have got a lot of pink tones in my dress. It's like pink and a few like silvery tones, so I think this will go the best. I don't think gold will quite be the right colour, but I'm just going in with like a little bit of a fluffy brush and just brushing that over my eyes. And then one thing that I really love to do when it comes to eyeshadow is go in with a really light colour. So do you see this kind of like silvery colour? I'll just dab the tiniest bit and basically swoop it on this corner of the eye. So I'll do a little bit in the corner and swoop it over, so you get a bit of an ombre effect, and it just really helps to open your eyes up and make you look a little bit more awake. It makes your eyes look a lot bigger and brighter, which I really like. Do you know what? I'm loving the fact that I've got my contacts in doing this because I can see you in the viewfinder so much better. But as you see, so literally just the tiniest dab in the corner and then in your eye, and it's just a really great way of opening up your eye. And it's really hard because it's like obviously the shadow that side, but you can kind of see just how much that opens up my eyes on that side. So I really like doing that. And again, it's really simple. I don't want anything too heavy, and it shows up really nicely on photos. You're not going to get like a really bright white flash whenever you take the photos at the wedding. Okay, moving on to liner now. I'm going to do my very typical, very Ellie liner where I use just an eyebrow brush and the brown shade here. I find it so much more flattering, especially if you're going to an event that's like day to night. I do find that like a big black line is just a little bit too much on me. I find it quite unflattering. So what I'm actually going to do, just to make sure I really have that definition, is that I'm actually going to go along my waterline first. So all I do is just press in on my waterline, and it just helps to give a bit more definition with your eyeshadow without it kind of being too thick or too much. And it also helps to elongate your lashes once you put your mascara on. So funny how whenever you start to do this, you go really quiet, just start to whisper. And I'm going to put the tiniest bit just at the bottom as well, just so it looks a little bit more smoky and a little bit more kind of, you know, glam like we are going for. Okay, now for the liner flick. Now, if you haven't seen, which video was that I did recently? It was Tenerife. It was in my Tenerife vlog. I did a full tutorial on this liner, zoomed in and everything. So if you want to know exactly how I do it, then go and watch that. But I'm going to concentrate because I want it to go right and I don't want to have to redo this. Okay, liner is done, and I think I've done a pretty good job, so I really like that. Always looks a bit odd before I put on my mascara because I feel like it's a bit too heavy, but I'm just going to curl my lashes, which is something that I think I've spoken about quite a lot recently, but I feel like has changed the game for me with regards to doing my makeup. I used to be so lazy with regards to curling my lashes, never used to do it, didn't really see the point, and now I've just realised how much of a difference it makes in terms of how long your lashes last, how much thicker and curlier and brighter they are. I absolutely adore curling my lashes now, and especially if you're going to be using a waterproof mascara. I am going to wear a waterproof mascara today because it's probably going to get a bit emotional. It is a wedding, there will be tears, and I want to make sure that I don't end up with mascara halfway down my face. So I'm going to use the Lancome Idol waterproof, and this isn't as like, I do find with waterproof mascaras, they're not usually as thick, they're not usually as volumizing, so it's like you want to just kind of give your lashes as much help as you can. So what I do is I just wiggle down at the bottom and then pull up with my lashes, and I find that's the best way of getting a really good amount of volume and thickness whilst not clumping. I mean, look at that difference. Look at that difference. Do a little bit on my bottom lashes as well, just a little bit to kind of balance out the look. I never want them to go spidery or anything, but I think it just helps to open up your eyes a little bit and balance out your look. Okay, voila! I'm just going to leave that to dry a little bit first before I do my Pixi Makeup Fixie Mist. I have made the mistake in the past of applying this too soon before my lashes have dried. You know what, I'm going to actually just apply a little bit of lip line first. This is the Clinique Intense Sassafras lip liner, which you know I love. It's my favourite. I couldn't live without it. I'm not going to apply lipstick just yet, just because we still have a little bit of time and I want to have a quick snack before we go. But when I do, I'm going to use my Kodak one. This is the one that I did custom made. It's called Petite Pink. I came up with that name, and it's basically just the perfect like nudie pink on me. So I figured that this would be the best one to wear because it's really creamy, it lasts all day, and it just really works in terms of like the colouring with my skin. I feel like I've left it long enough now, so I'm going to use the Pixi Makeup Fixie Mist. This is a rose water and green tea fixie mist, and I really like this one. Literally dousing myself in that because I do not want my makeup to go anywhere today, and I know I'm going to get very sweaty, I'm going to get very shiny, and I want to make sure that it lasts. In case you're wondering about powder, I'm not going to be applying powder at the moment, but what I think I will do is bring it with me in my bag, and then it means that if I get too sweaty, if I get a bit too, you know, glowy, I can just kind of give a bit of a top up. So that is my wedding guest makeup good and ready to go. It's a little bit glam, a little bit more elevated, but nothing too much because I don't want to be too heavy. I want to look really nice and natural in the photos. I feel like wedding guest makeup is basically a fine line between glam and natural. Like things like, you know, nails, it's so nice to have like a French polish because it's like, it's very natural beauty, but still a little bit elevated, a little bit glamorous. So yeah, that is my makeup. I need to get my hair sorted. I think I'm going to curl my hair, and I'm going to have to use so much hairspray to make sure it doesn't drop in this humidity. But I hope you enjoyed doing my makeup with me. A little bit of a wedding guest makeup get ready with me tutorial. Definitely not an expert, so I'm not really going to call it a tutorial, but just getting myself ready for the wedding day. I'm starting to get really excited now, so I need to get the rest of myself sorted. So I am dressed and ready to go. I've gone for curly hair and the Adrianna Papell dress, which is not really a decent outfit of the day mirror that I can show this in, but you would have seen it in my last video, and of course I'll add some photos, and I am so in love with it. I think it just looks absolutely beautiful and I feel so confident. So yeah, we are ready to go now to head off to the wedding. I'm of course not going to be bringing my camera with me. If I get a few clips on my phone, I will of course insert them, but I just want to enjoy the day, soak up every moment and celebrate with family. So I will catch you guys later. I love you lots. Well, good morning everyone. It is the morning after the night before. I am feeling a little bit delicate this morning, but my goodness, was yesterday just absolutely incredible. I'm not gonna lie, I barely have any photos to show. I didn't take a single video. I just really wanted to enjoy the day and just soak up the magic of the moment. It was honestly one of the most incredible weddings I think I've ever been to. It's actually the first abroad wedding I've ever been to. I've always ever been to weddings like in the UK, and oh my goodness, it was just absolutely incredible. We started the day in Santa Margherita, which is like kind of the town like next door to this. The setting was just stunning. Like we were overlooking this veranda, the palm trees, and like they set up beautiful, you know, hydrangeas with like the aisle. It was stunning. We then took a boat over to Portofino Square. And it was really funny actually, because the bride and groom are just stunning, absolutely stunning. And all the boys were in tuxes, all the girls were dressed up to the nines, and I think people thought it was a celebrity wedding, because when we got off the boat, so many people started taking photos of us. And I don't think they just realised that we were just, you know, your average Joes, no celebs here. But obviously a lot of celebrity weddings do happen in Portofino, so I think that's why they thought that. So it's so funny. So we had some drinks in the square, chatted, drank, danced, and then we headed to the Belmont, which is like the most amazing hotel. I think it is listed as one of the most amazing hotels in the world. If ever you've watched those, like, you know, world's best hotels or anything like that, I'm sure it's probably popped up in one of those. I love watching those kinds of programs. So yeah, it was just absolutely magical. We danced the night away. It was so amazing. So I am feeling a little bit worse where I've barely got any makeup on, hence the sunglasses. But I'm up bright and not so early. I'm gonna head to back into Portofino Square just for a little bit of shopping this morning. We thought we would make the most of it because I don't think we're gonna get another chance whilst we're here. It has been the epitome of a whirlwind trip. Like honestly, it's going so quickly. I feel like I've barely been able to pick up the camera, barely been able to speak to you, but it's just gone so quickly. So me and Alex's mum have decided we're gonna do a bit of shopping. We're gonna have a girly morning, leave the boys at home, and head into the town square to have a look at some of the shops, because there's some really gorgeous designers here. There's like Dior, Bottega Veneta, like Loewe. There's a really gorgeous cashmere shop as well, which I definitely want to have a look into. So yeah, we thought we would head down and do a spot of shopping and treat ourselves this morning, because what better way to spend the day after a wedding. And then later on this afternoon we've got another lovely like lunch. I think it's almost like an after wedding party. I feel like it's kind of almost like a rehearsal dinner, but like after the occasion. So we've got that later on today, but we thought we would make the most of the morning. It's another beautiful day here, as you can see, in Portofino. Honestly, the weather has just been absolutely incredible. It's actually forecast for thunderstorms this week. It's not been thunderstorms at all. So if you're coming and you're looking at the weather and it's iffy, don't stress it. Apparently it's often like that, where it says it's going to be really bad and it's not. Because look, I mean, as you can see, it's just been absolutely beautiful. Blue skies, clear blue skies, and a gorgeous sunshine. So I've just got on a little racer vest and my white linen shorts, and of course my Loewe basket bag, because I wouldn't be anywhere without it. So we're going to head up down into the town square and do a spot of shopping. So looking at slightly different now. I am dressed and ready for lunch. We're heading out for like a nice big pizza, pasta, kind of post-wedding dinner, which I'm really looking forward to. So I've just got the little Forever New dress that you would have seen in my recent video. I absolutely love this. It's a little bit tight, so I'm a little bit worried about eating in it, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I've just done a little bobby bob today, and of course got my favorite Pandora pearls on. I feel like a pendant necklace like this just works so well with a v-neck. So yeah, got my Pandora pals. But I thought I would quickly, before we head out, show you a few of the bits that we have bought, because as I said, we had a bit of a shopping morning. Honestly, the stores here are so gorgeous. Like, we had such a lovely time at wandering around, and I did pick up a few bits, and I thought I would show you what I got yesterday as well. First of all, the bauble that I picked up. Oh, that's really sweet, she's taken it. The bauble that I picked up is stunning, and as I said, I really like to do that whenever I go away, make a bit of a tradition to buy a bauble whenever I'm away, but I like it to be classy, I like it to go with a theme. So this is the one that I picked up. Isn't that stunning? Absolutely stunning. It says made in Italy on it. The only thing that makes me sad is it doesn't say the date, so I might have to just write on it Portofino 2022, because I like to be able to look back and be like, oh, do you remember that, do you remember that? And I just, it's hand painted, it's absolutely gorgeous, it's quite heavy as well, so I feel like that is, oh, it's just gonna look so beautiful on the tree. I cannot wait for Christmas this year. I know, I can't believe I'm already talking about Christmas as I'm here in sunny Italy in 30-degree heat. But the other thing I picked up, my little hat from my hat lady yesterday. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous again. They've wrapped it up so nicely. It just feels so lack of colours-esque, and I was tempted to go back and pick up another one from her, but I feel like this colour is just so me. How gorgeous is that? How gorgeous is that? And it's got this really lovely like ribbon detail, so it's a really beautiful, I hope I'm ruining my hair there, a really beautiful like cream fedora, which I think is going to be perfect for back home in the UK for autumn, winter, because you guys know I love my hats. In summer it's the boat hats, the straw hats, the big hats. In winter it's all about my fedoras and my berets. I absolutely love them, so I picked that up as well. I'm going to have an absolute task getting that home with me, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it. And then lastly, this morning I picked up a new pair of shoes from a store called Mingo, and these are a pair of shoes that I feel like I've been looking for the perfect pair for so long, and I could not resist these when I saw them because they are just absolutely stunning. It's this really gorgeous pair of pointed toe tan ballet shoes. Look how gorgeous they are. They are absolutely stunning. I feel like this is exactly what I've been looking for. It's really hard to find one that's got a really harsh point. I feel like a lot of them are quite like rounded, and I just don't find that as flattering. And they're a stunning, like perfect mid tan colour. Like I've often found that some of them have been too light, some of them have been too dark, and these look very Malone Blahnik to me, which I absolutely adore. I've seen a Ralph Lauren pair actually that are quite similar to this, so if you want to have a little shop, I'll link them down below. But they're real leather, they're really well made, they're like handmade, and oh, they are just absolutely gorgeous. The ladies in the shops were so lovely. So I picked these up in a 36. I do find with pumps and ballet shoes I have to, I'm like a 36.5, 37, so I kind of go down a little bit to make sure that they fit. But yeah, I picked those up as well. So a little Portofino haul of a few of the things that I have been buying. But we're gonna head out for lunch now, have some pizza, some pasta, and have a really lovely afternoon. Well, I feel like you always know when it's been a good day when I literally have not picked up the vlogging camera. As you can see, it's now night time. We've just been drinking, chatting and dancing the day away here in Portofino, but we're just grabbing dinner in our favourite place, the square. It's absolutely beautiful. They light up all the houses at night and it just looks so magical. I absolutely love it. It's very quaint. It's actually really busy tonight. I think it's because it's a weekend, and I think a lot of people from like other parts of Italy come just for like the weekend. They dock up their boats and they enjoy their time here. So yeah, I think we're gonna go see if we can grab some pizza and some pasta and have a lovely last meal here. We're going home tomorrow. I can't believe it's already our last night here in Portofino. We want to soak up every second of it. Well, good morning everyone, and welcome to the last day here in Portofino. I cannot believe we are already on our last day, not even a full day as well. We are being picked up at about midday, so we've only really got the morning to enjoy ourselves. So we're up bright and early this morning and we are heading down for a coffee. So I'm a bit jolty, but this is such a steep hill that we've got to go down. It's literally like so steep, but these views, oh my goodness, I'm going to miss these views so much. It's just absolutely beautiful. So we thought we'd make the most of the morning. We're not gonna lie in, I've already packed and we are ready to go so that when we get picked up we can just jump straight in the cab. But we thought we would head out for our last morning coffee. So I've just got on a little white halter neck and my favorite de facto skirt, and I've got my Lily and Bean bag on my arm. But I quite like this because I've got just like a white shirt that I can chuck over the top when we get to the airport, and I'll change into trainers for when we're heading back, because I have a feeling that this is going to be a very cold outfit for when I get back to the UK. It's definitely not like it is when you travel in summer, where you can just wear the same outfit to the airport in the UK as you do when you are away. I'm definitely gonna have to put on something warmer, but yeah, we thought we would just come out and make the most of our last morning here, because it's gonna be really rainy and really cold when we get back to the UK. So I'm just soaking in the views, these last of these beautiful views. So we've just come to Jeppy, which is definitely our favourite little coffee spot. This is where we've been hitting every single morning, and I always feel like, you know, when it's a good place, when it's where the locals go. And that's where the locals have been every single morning. I feel like we're the only Brits that come here, but it's just the cutest little, like really dainty little coffee shop. They do ice cream, gelato. So if ever you're coming to Portofino, Jeppy for your morning coffees.